Yeah. Yeah.
Bob.
Y'all, come on, come on, come on.
Hey, y'all.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
Bob. It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Yes, yes, yes. Y'all know what time it is. So
It's a
come on in, come on
vibe.
in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Y'all, I know it ain't Friday night, but yeah, we're gonna rock it out like it's a Friday night. So I'm gonna let my sisters introduce themselves and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna let Sarah introduce herself first.
Hey, y'all. So, this is your girl, Shara Renee, the host and creator of the Blemish Beauty Podcast. You can find me on all major platforms. And it's not Friday, but we still gonna vibe out like it is, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, tweet.
What what's up, everybody? This is Tweet Talks, your girl from Tweet Talks Podcast. I'm available on Spotify, all major networks, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Go check out my podcast and let's keep it going.
All right, all right, all right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. One of my sisters, I'm gonna let them tell y'all what we're talking about tonight, and then we're gonna kick it off from there.
All right, so today's topic is how long will you keep me waiting?
Pew, pew,
Okay,
Mm.
pew,
so
pew.
that's right. So when we think of how long is it gonna keep me waiting, there could be several things we're talking about here. So a lot of the topics that we talk about is about relationships and situationships and all those ships. So when we think about how long are you willing to wait? First, let's think about when you're dealing with somebody, what makes you want to wait? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're dealing with somebody and you're waiting, you're in a waiting period because the person maybe hasn't decided on what position they're gonna be in with you. So what makes you want to wait? What's some of the things that will make y'all want to wait?
I'm gonna let Sarah go first. I believe in ladies first, and then I'll pick it up from there.
Ooh, ladies
Ladies
first,
Ladies first.
ladies first.
Ladies first.
Ah,
hey.
ooh.
Hey, hey.
Okay, so it depends on what we're talking about specifically. So if we're talking about waiting to be exclusive, some of the things that would make me kind of stew and wait, probably I would say how he treats me during the waiting space. Because if he's arrogant or irate or nasty, I'm not waiting nowhere. Skedaddle, tagging somebody else in. But if we vibing, we getting to know each other, everything is running smoothly, then 9 times out of 10, I'll wait for a little bit. If we're talking about marriage, again, it depends on the relationship. It depends on how long we've been together. It depends on our financial status. It depends on children, my biological clock, where we are in life. If it's sexually, it depends on the topic of conversation. That's something that is different between every couple. So it depends on how comfortable we are, what we talked about, our religious beliefs, all the things come into play. So it all depends on the specifics.
Ah, man, that's good. That's good. For me, what would make me wait is definitely us not knowing where we're going. Like if we are on two different wavelengths, like if I'm saying we're going here and you're saying that we're going there, then yo, we need to make a pause on things and wait. Now another thing is if the woman is trying to be the man, if the woman is trying to be the man in the relationship, if she is trying to be the man in the relationship, then yo, I got a problem with that because yo, that's my job. Because like we can be real, we have seen certain celebrities that have instead of being waiting on the man to make his decision on if he's choosing to marry you or not, there have been certain celebrities that have decided to propose regardless, and do it like that. In my opinion, I ain't with that. Like, let me be a man and let me do what I'm supposed to do. I like this comment right here that Danny left, but she said religion.
So does that mean that religion is what will make you wait? So tap back in and let us know, is that what you meant when you said religion? Because actually I'm glad you brought up celebrity, because allegedly entertainer um Jim Jones has been in a relationship for, I don't know exactly how long, but it's been a long time, because I remember being a lot younger and watching him with his girlfriend Chrissy. They've been in a relationship for a very long time. And she actually proposed to him because I guess she felt like she was waiting too long for him to do it. So she said, you know what, I'll put it in my own hands. And that's something that some women believe that they should do if they've been waiting for a long time for a man to do it. You know, they feel like they'll take it in their own hands. What do y'all think about that? I mean, because me, I guess I'm a little on the fence. I understand why she would do it, but I don't understand what will push her to actually do it. You know, like I guess as a woman.
I ain't with it.
So what? Okay, let me ask you this: for as a man, what is it? What would it mean to you if you was in a relationship with a woman for a very long time and she just decided that she was going to take matters in her own hands? What would that mean to you? Because I'm gonna tell you what it mean to me.
It means that
But
she
oh, you want
thinks
me to go
that it means that she
first?
thinks that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a man. She thinks that she's the man in the relationship, and I'm not with that.
I just feel like for a woman, she would be she's putting herself in a position to, I'm not gonna say look like a fool, but she's putting herself in a position to be a doormat to this man. Because traditionally, you know, the man is supposed to ask for the woman's hand in marriage. And if she
Hmm.
does it, what she's ultimately doing is professing her claim to the world that she loves this man. When he could have done it, he didn't do it for whatever his reason is. You jumping the gun and doing it is professing your love to him, not knowing whether his love is the same for you. So, you know what I mean? Normally, I feel like when a man decides he's deciding to marry a woman, he's doing it because he's pretty sure that she's gonna say yes, because you know men don't like rejection.
True that, and we don't. I
Yeah,
will agree
so
with that.
yeah, so that gives him the opportunity to, like, to me, asking a man to marry you is the ultimate of opposite form of rejection, because he's clearly not in a state to be rejected. If she does it, he's not gonna feel like he's being rejected. And the opposite of being fearful of rejection is that to be able to have that S on your chest, like, yeah, well, she's the one that came to marry me. So there's nothing that I can do wrong that's gonna change what she has done. You know what I mean?
Facts, facts. She's gonna feel like, yo, I can go out there and do whatever I want to do because she knew what it was when she asked me to marry her. I didn't
Okay,
ask
so
her; she asked me.
what about applying pressure? Let's go to the comments real quick because looks like we got a few.
It's not. I can't see him.
You can't see, I can.
Okay, so I don't want to pronounce her name wrong. Shanitria.
Hmm.
She said,
Hmm.
I missed the original question. Waiting for what? Marriage to make the relationship exclusive. That was one. And then she also responded, proposing to a man is out of order. Danny commented, she said, why would he be having her wait so long?
Oh, that's a good one.
And then Shanitria also says she should take her concerns regarding the delay in proposal to God in prayer.
I would agree with
So
that.
let's backtrack to Danny, because I thought that was a good topic.
So one of y'all
Um,
gonna have to read the comments tonight because for some
I
reason I
got
can't see
y'all.
him in here. I can't see him
You
over
have
on
to
my
go. You
end.
have to go through Meta or
Meta.
go through your other page and then look at them because that's how I'm looking at them through my other page.
Okay, but I can't
okay.
see him on the screen though.
So what?
That's crazy
Yeah,
though.
I got him on the screen here. So Danny says, why would he be having her wait so long? So you the man. James. So, what are some of the reasons that a man would
Nah.
have a woman wait?
Okay, I finally see the comments now, y'all. So
Good.
some of the reasons why a man would have a woman wait so long is because number one, he ain't ready. He feels like some things that he needs to do in order to be at that level that he needs to be on. Where a lot of times where we mess up is, I've said this on the show before. When God created Adam, the first thing that he did for Adam was not give him a woman, but he gave him a job. And his job was to rule over all of the land and to like name all the animals and all of those things. So he had a purpose before he gave him his purpose partner.
Absolutely.
Before anything else, Adam already had a purpose in life. And then God said, it isn't good for man to be alone. So a lot of times, if this man don't have no purpose, then what is his purpose for being with you?
Hmm.
A lot of
That's
times
good.
we fall in love with the man or we fall in love with the woman and we don't fall in love with what their purpose is because love is a fleeting word. I can love you 1 minute and then not like you the next minute. But if I'm loving your purpose that God has in your life, and I'm loving you beyond all of your flaws and all, and because I'm finally accepting the fact that, yo, I got the flaws too. So in that case, what I'm doing is I'm saying, you know what? Even though both of us are flawed, two flawed individuals, let's come together and do what we can to enrich the kingdom of God.
Mhm. So, when I think of why would he be having her wait, to me, he wants to see how much she can handle of him. Um,
Mm,
because I know that when it comes to loyalty, um, men they see that as being. Let me quit with my because I'm just supposed to be working on that anyway. But when it comes to a man, when the way they see a woman as is their partner, they really see her as being his partner. Whereas a woman, we see it as being the spouse. We see it as being the other person that we go through things with, and the man often sees it as his partner, meaning what he can't handle, she can handle. So a lot of times when a man is making a woman wait, they're going through different levels. They're going through the whole initial stage of liking each other a lot, talking on the phone, getting into each other, but not, kind of like surface line. Then you have that level of where you learn a little bit more about this person. And at that point, you start to make an assessment of whether you want to continue long term. Then by the time you get to the third level, that third level is when you're going to deal with the triumph. You're going to deal with the, possible cheating, possibly not being consistent, not being a person that you initially met. They start switching up and they want to see how much of these different things this woman can handle. And
mm. It's
then,
like a test.
yes, oh gosh, you said it right. It's like a constant test. And I think that's one of the reasons why biblically Jesus tests us, because we know that we're going to constantly have to go through so many different things in life to get to the other side of it. So when a man looks at it, especially, and I'm going to say this, especially especially a man that meets a woman in the church, because he knows that she knows the theory of being tested. So he's going to constantly do little tests and he's going to see her response after. He may be inconsistent. He may cheat. He may, and when I say mistreat, I'm not saying physically. He may do little things to her throughout. And he wants to see if she's still going to be around after she's dealt with so much stuff. So I think that's why a man makes a woman wait, because it's kind of like he wants to see how far she's willing to go for his love. Whereas a woman, you know, we're just different.
This comment right here.
So this comment says,
Hey, Jazz.
Hey,
"Oh,
Jasmine.
Sometimes men prolong the dating, but I'm good enough to be in my legs. Absolutely. That's very,
Pew,
I
pew,
believe it's
pew,
very true.
pew. Pew.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
She says, but with marriage, I think sometimes men want to be financially ready. As women, we dream about a wedding day since kids. Yes, I truly believe that. Now, as far as him, being intimate with you, I think that women have, women, you gotta have your mind right. If you one of those women that feel like if I'm gonna be intimate with him, he's gonna want to be with me forever, then there's a problem. There's an internal problem. You know, you
Facts.
gotta you gotta know that this is something that you enter in, and you better enter in it for what you want, and not think that you're gonna change somebody because it don't happen like that.
Facts.
Yeah.
So y'all know I always come with the scenarios. Y'all already know I come with them all the time.
Here we go.
So I got one for both of y'all. Here we go. Sarah, I'm not gonna pick on you first tonight. I'm gonna pick on Tweet first tonight. So here we go. So the scenario is the this man has been dating you for 2 years, and he tells you finally he takes you out to a fancy dinner. All of your friends are there, all your family's there, everything. While there, he has the nerve or the audacity, after only dating you for 2 years, to get down on one knee and give you a promise ring and tell you that I know it ain't much, but I promise you, baby, give me about 2 more years and you're gonna get the real thing. Are you hanging around or are you leaving?
So it's funny that you said that because I was actually in the experience of receiving a promise. Did you just sip her tea on that one?
Yes.
I love it.
Behave, behave, behave.
So so I was in a situation where I received the promise ring before, and to me, I would never put myself in a situation again because to me, a promise ring is it's almost like okay, so let's think about the difference between a promise ring and a wedding band. A
Mm.
wedding band or wedding ring, what have you, is something that a person wears every day. And what does it signify? It signifies that this person is married, they are taken, right? So if you give a person a promise ring, what am I supposed to do with it? Do I wear it like costume jewelry whenever it matches my outfit?
Mm-mm.
No, I wear it every day. So what does other people see? Do I wear it on my what do you call it? Wedding finger, ring finger? I wear it there, right? Okay. So what this does to the woman, because guess what? The men are given a promise ring. So this man is giving a woman a promise ring so that other people can see she is taken, she's off the market. Because a man that is trying to get a woman's attention, he's gonna first find out, is she single? Is she married? Is she available? And if he sees her with this ring on, he thinks she's off limits. Okay. But you can be wearing, even for the scenario you just gave, I could be wearing this ring for another 2 years because he promised he's getting ready to give me this other ring. So let's just skip the whole promise ring stage. I don't need no promise rings. I did one before, but I'm not promising doing no promise rings anymore because all it does is it shows that the female is off the market while the man is still doing his thing. So I say no to a promise ring. No.
I feel like,
So Ashley agrees with you. She says a promise ring after 2 years, absolutely not.
Mhm.
hey Ashley,
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Ashley.
y'all,
So,
ooh, y'all get on my nerve.
so Danny is asking that we type the question in the banner. So
I
that's a good
just
idea.
did it right here. Would you take a
Thanks for
promise
that,
ring
Danny.
for a man? All right,
No.
so Sarah, same question for you. So
Pew, 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 pew.
I'm gonna make it a little more spicy for you, sis. I'm gonna make it a little more. I'm gonna add a little bit of spice to yours. I'm gonna add a little bit more seasoning on yours.
Yeah, put some Larry's or some adobo
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
mine.
I
Just a
got
little
you. I
bit,
got
Just
you.
a
I
yeah.
little,
got
just a
you.
little
Little
bit.
hot
I
And
got
sauce.
you. I got you. I got
Sauce it
you.
and
up.
Hot sauce in
he
my
trying to make
bag
me say that
swag.
word. That's what it is.
All right, here we go. So you have been dating this guy for 3 years. 3 years. And no ring on your finger, no nothing. But y'all are y'all I can't even ask it because I'm laughing at your facial expressions. Y'all are in a committed relationship. And finally, so you something told you to go through his phone one day. As you go through his phone, you find out that he's been paying child support on a child that you didn't even know he had. And the child is 2 years old. So that means that he cheated on you during that time that y'all was together. Are you A, confronting this man? Or B, you just staying there and you riding it out with your man, your man, your man? What are you
I
doing?
bust
That
my
ain't
windows
okay.
out
First
his
of all,
car.
that's not my man, my man, my man.
Mm,
That's our man, our man, our
I
man.
mean, our
Right?
man.
mm.
So
Come
at
on,
this
hit me
point,
with the famous words. Hit me with the
nope, I'm not
famous
even gonna do
words.
it. At this point, I have already screenshotted everything and sent it
Dang.
to me. And what I'm going to do is the next day,
Y'all
I'm
women are
going to
vicious. Y'all
I'm
women
going
are
to
vicious.
I love that
I-
comment.
I'm, I'm
Burning
going
all
to
clothes.
print everything out, have it on the table for him when he gets home, along with the keys, or depending on whose house it is. Because if it's my house, he getting out. But if it's, something that I came into with his, I'm moving out. Like, yeah, I'm not even going to entertain it because at this point, you want to be sneaky. Okay, we're gonna be play Inspector Gadget, and I'm out. I'm too old. You're not wasting my time. I'm about to be in my 40s. We're not gonna do that. No. Mm-mm.
So to you men, I hope y'all are watching the show tonight because these women are vicious. They talking about busting windows out your car.
Not the
They tell you,
Xbox. Jasmine says she's breaking the Xbox, bleaching all the
dang,
sneakers.
dang,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So we doing all this because he had a baby on you?
Yes.
dang. Y'all
They've been
women are
together three.
vicious.
You've been together with this man 3 years.
But
The
to me,
baby
it's
is 2. So that means he's been cheating on you since month 6 or
no. That just
so. I'm
means that
not
he
good at
was in.
math.
Well, no,
He
no. That
cheated
just
on
means
you
that he was
1 year.
intimate. That means that he was intimate. He had sex with somebody one time, and this person got pregnant. It doesn't
Probably
mean that they had
during
a long term.
the dating space, probably before
It could have been,
exclusivity.
but it just means that it happened one time, and there was some fragments left behind, which ends up being a child that showed that he did. But to
But
me, it's like no different than cheating. It's a
no, see,
child.
it's not about the babies because we love the babies. The babies is innocent. We love the babies. To me, it's the sneakiness. The
Okay,
simple fact
Jasmine
that
says.
it's been 2 years. We have not had a conversation. There was no information given about a said baby. You have to pay child support. That's your obligation. I commend you as a man for doing that. However, it's about me being in a relationship with you long term, and you decided that a vital part of your life was not worth having a conversation with me about. So if that means you can hide that, you can hide anything from me. And we don't need to continue to be together or get married or any of those things because you already telling me where I stand with you.
Okay, so this comment right here, super shout out to Danny on this one because this is definitely my mindset on that. Like I'm not doing all that. I'm just leaving. But this is the thing. So okay, so I'm not gonna say the other word, but I'm just gonna play the advocate right now. So if this person has a child and the fact that they didn't tell you about it was the big deal. Men oftentimes when they keep things a secret, sometimes it's because they love you. and I know this sounds crazy. I know y'all about to blow up
That's
the
that baby
comment.
boy mentality. I love you because I care about your feelings. I'm out here
Yes.
lying to these hoes because
Yeah. I'm just saying, and
Look,
it's a thing. I'm gonna
mm,
be real. Like, I'm a woman, and I'm saying this, and a lot of okay, we're gonna get to her comment next, but because that's a long comment, we're gonna read that one. But and I'm not saying this in to say that it's right, but in a man's way of thinking, and I'm a woman, and I've had the opportunity to learn a lot about the male, the way the men think, and their thought processes. And you correct me if I'm wrong, James, but their thought process is, I'm not telling you because I love you and because I don't want to break your heart. So he may have had
let
this
me
child for for 2 or 3 years or whatever, and but he hasn't told this woman about it because he knows it will crush her, and they think that crushing this woman is going to kill her, like it'll be the worst thing she can ever handle, not realizing that women are strong and we're used to handling things, and we can handle it and get over it and move on regardless of which way we go
bingo.
about it, whether we stay or
Let
we
me
leave.
let me tell
Okay,
you.
go ahead.
Let me tell you. Coming from grown man's perspective and not a little boy's perspective, coming from a grown man's point of view on that, a grown man is gonna come to you and tell you, "Yo, let me be real with you. I messed up. I did this. I did X, Y, and Z, and I'm gonna accept responsibility for my actions." A little boy is going to sit here and do like what I said in this scenario, and he's not gonna tell you. He's just gonna take care of his
exactly.
responsibilities. And it's not because we love you is why we're doing it. We doing that because we know that you are a strong woman. We're doing that because we know if you found out that I had
You
a
getting
baby
left.
on you, I'm getting gone. And 9 times out of 10, if you are the best thing that has happened to me since religion, since the Lord Jesus Christ, then I can honestly say I'm not trying to lose you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I gotta do on this end of the table to make sure that you never find out. It's
Yeah.
called covering your tracks. And
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
but what
lose-lose
happens,
situation because you're gonna
right,
lose either way.
right. But what happens is, and this is coming from a man, men are worse cheaters than women are because women are straight up detectives. Y'all will ask us question number one, get down to question number 20, go back to question number one just to make sure that you got the same answer for question number one that you just got before you got to question number 20.
Yep.
And
Right.
men
With
are
that
so
being said,
stupid. Men are so stupid that we don't pay attention to what we said when we said question number one. And
Exactly, Ashley. Exactly.
so let's go to Shanitra's comment. She had a long comment that I didn't get a chance to read.
all
So
right,
it
I
Okay,
got you.
I'll
says,
read it.
nope, nope, nope. If I feel the need to go through a man's phone, that means there is no trust and we have an issue. If I do and find all of that, I have actually been through something similar. I would pack myself up and move around. There is nothing to talk about. I should have created a safe enough space for him to be honest. I like that. The choice to lie to me is enough to leave the relationship. I agree. I agree.
I don't know. Excuse me. Where it says I should have created. I just feel like sometimes you can create a really safe space for somebody. That doesn't mean they're going to come to you because, just like James said, they know that there's going to be accountability. So sometimes, regardless of how safe, you can be the perfect woman, you can be cooking and cleaning and being understanding for everything. How safe is this space supposed to be for you to come to a person, you know what I mean, about something like that? You can have a wonderful space for them, but they just
They ain't
like
gonna come to
James
you with
said,
nothing.
especially if it's somebody that they don't, they I mean, they're not used to being held accountable. Which I'm gonna be honest and say, I still believe that a man can love a woman and love her hard, and he don't want to see her hurt. I'm gonna
No,
still
I
stand
do
behind
believe
that
with that. I believe that. But
because
what I'm saying is,
you know, how can
I'm
you
not.
juggle both situations? And if you're doing it, this is my thing. If you are juggling that situation only because you don't want her to leave, then that means she's financially stable and you don't want to walk away from her finances.
Yeah,
Bingo. You
That's
just
what it
said
pretty
it.
means. It
much.
means It means that she's financially stable, or there's some type of financial ties that you don't want to lose out on. That's why you don't want to be honest about it. But
Pum, 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 pum. You
yeah,
just
Pew
said
just to
pew
it.
pew
say,
pew.
yeah, just to say, okay, well, I'm not going to tell her because I'm
I
afraid that
know
she's
I'm
going to
losing that
leave. No,
money.
you're losing something. You're losing some type of financial gain while you don't want to be honest with her.
And
So
sometimes it ain't even financial. Sometimes it's physical. Come
So
on,
Danny
somebody.
says, "Hey, this is besides the topic, and I'm working on this, but this is why I believe women are stronger than men. Men overgeneralizing, don't think, and will ruin their household for something that lasts 3 to 30 minutes. I love the numbers. I love the
Mm,
range.
Yes, the number range is dope, and it's true because men are visual.
we are.
I'm a strong believer
Jasmine
in that.
says, I don't go through my man's phone, vice versa. That's his safe space, as is mine. If I'm going through it, I don't trust him point blank. And if that's the case, I don't need to be with him. So, okay. So, speaking of the cheating, the babies on the side, I don't know if anybody watches Love and Hip Hop. That is my guilty pleasure because
Definitely.
I'm bougie in real life, but I'm ratchet low key.
I love that.
And Kirk and Rashida. Kirk and
I haven't
Look,
seen it in
it's
a
Rashida.
funny
minute, but I
you
used to
said that.
watch them.
It's funny you said that because Jasmine said it's giving me Kirk and Rashida
Yeah,
vibes.
we was talking about that before the live, and it to be with this man for so long. Now, what would you say about that tweet? Because in James's scenario, it was a short time.
So
But to have Kirk and Rashida, y'all been together since y'all was kids, the teenagers. He's been your producer of your, let's say, your podcast, right? He's the producer of your podcast. Y'all get money together. Y'all have children together. Y'all have established businesses, all the things. He ends up going and cheating on you, not only cheating on you, but having a baby by this girl that he cheated on you with. Is that a deal breaker for you to end the marriage? Or is that something like Rashida that you might have to be mad about for a while and then you end up kind of working through it?
okay, so she, in my mind, she's a businesswoman, and he's in a relationship. I mean, I don't know what all you said. Basically, was what they had going on together. They are business partners first,
Mm-hmm.
because you could be in a relationship. The thing is, when you're in a relationship that does not have different plateaus, different things going on with it, you've named several things where Rashida and Kirk are making money,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that money is what keeps our livelihood going. That's what keeps us going, right? So
Hmm.
she is saying to herself, he's created this baby, but we've got multiple businesses together.
Right.
Do I walk away from my business partner? Because that's what it is at this point. The reason why I say that is because they have been together for so long, they are past a relationship. They're past it. Being in a relationship, you can be in a relationship with somebody for 5, 10, 15 years. You know every single thing about them. You know what they'll say next, you know their attitude, you know all these things next. So what's the only thing that's going to continue to change in that relationship? The finances. We can make this amount of money, we can make this amount of money, or this amount of money. So what she's doing is she's saying, listen, he's cheated on me, and a child came out of this relationship. Am I going to keep this relationship going? Because we have so many assets together. And shout out to Rashida, because I believe that she's a smart woman. It's no different than when we say love don't pay. It's not the all that pays the bills. It does. And when you wear your heart on your sleeve and say, okay, I'm in this relationship, and I love him and I don't ever want him to be with any other woman, you're thinking unrealistically. Because when you sign on that dotted line and say we're going to be forever, you don't know who this person is going to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now. But that business, those assets that they have together, is going to keep going because they are a brand together.
So
I can
cheating is
name a
not a
list.
deal breaker for you.
I don't think cheating is a deal breaker for me if we have 1,000 assets together. It depends on the level we're at, because if we're at a high level and we have businesses together, cheating is not a deal breaker for me. But if we're in a relationship where we have no assets together, we have no businesses together, then cheating is, because now we have no financial gains together, and now you're cheating. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're just here. So if we're in a relationship and we're building and we're, because that's what a relationship is supposed to be about. A relationship is not built on love. It shouldn't be, because love can, just like you said a few minutes ago, James, love the one minute you can love somebody and next minute you don't.
I
So
think
staying in a relationship and saying, okay, well, this person cheated on me, I'm out. No, we've built so
You
much.
you better than me because baby, let me tell you, I don't care what we build together. I'm Beyonce. I don't care. I'm out. It's a wrap. First of all, it's not just the cheating, it's the fact that you cheated to the point where now have a
Well,
baby, and then it's also about the cheating, the baby, and then the embarrassment because we're on national
go ahead, I'm
TV.
sorry.
So how dare you embarrass me on national TV, got me out here looking stupid, and I'm repping the Frost brand and you out here spreading your thing to random women. Like, nah, I can't. Like, mm-mm.
mm-mm.
I want half
like
of everything. I'm sorry.
for
But
me, the way I
mm-mm.
feel about it is we're talking about everything that they have established. Okay, I get that. And I understand where John is coming from on that end. But if you are seeding on me, everything that we have established was established off of a lie. Because when people see us, and if we're doing business together, right? And let's say we doing business together at this point, and we have a lot of people paying attention to us on our business, right? What is the number one thing that business owners pay attention to? They pay attention to your integrity. They pay
Mhm.
attention to how you act, your integrity, the way you act. So if you are cheating on me, that shows that you have lack of integrity. So if you cheating on me and you obviously showing that you have lack of integrity, you are not only putting myself in jeopardy, not only our relationship in jeopardy, but you putting our business in jeopardy. Because what business owners is going to want to work with us when you are showing that you can't even show integrity in your relationship? So how are you
so
going to say that? And no, I'm sorry, like no.
Then you know
so
what too? It's the mental too, because even after that, say you take him back and everything is good. In my mind, for how long? Because in my mind, things was good before, for the last years that we spent together before the cheating. So now, every time we have an argument or whatever the case may be, how do you help your spouse gain confidence in your ability to no longer cheat on them?
That might be.
so going back to what James just said about having integrity in a business, my thing is, if you are if you have a product based business, let's give an example. And then we're gonna get to Danny's comment, because I thought that was really dope what she said. But if you have a product based business, let's talk about the hair business. Okay. When you walk into a hair store, you're not concerned on whether the owners of that business are having issues with cheating, if they have been on the news. Let's just say they've been on the news for doing something crazy or saying something crazy about a particular race. Okay. When you go in that store, if they have a discounted price, you don't care. You know that you're getting it for the low and you're going to purchase, and it's a product based business. So now if you have a business based on entertainment, then yeah, integrity is important, because the people want to know whether what you're saying is trustworthy. That's the business you're in. But if it's a
Yeah.
product based business, people don't care what you're doing. Is if you get it, if we get it for a discount and we getting something exclusive, we don't care whether your household and somebody else's household is united together. We still gonna come and support your business. And unfortunately, that's the way the world works. So let's go over to Danny's comment, because I thought that was super dope. And she said, so he can be a serial cheater and still stay because of his assets. Now, when I was speaking earlier, I was talking about cheating. A serial cheater is detriment to your health. That's
True that.
different. That's different. So if this person is cheating, they've cheated before, and say like the a scenario that we were talking about, this person has decided that they've cheated maybe even one time and they have a baby out of it and they're hiding the baby. That's a total different situation to me than being a serial cheater. A serial cheater is somebody that they just don't care. They out here doing whatever they want to do, how they want to do it, and not just that, but the respect is gone from the relationship. And once respect is gone from a relationship, you can't
You
bring
ain't
that
got
back.
nothing.
Yeah, you can't bring that back. So if we can't bring back the respect from a relationship, then we need to capitalize off of what we can make it work with. And sometimes you have to make this decision whether there's children involved, whether what type of assets are involved before you can make that decision.
I would agree with that. So in other words, what you're saying is count the cost before you make a rash decision.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like the way you said that too, James, because I wouldn't have thought about it like that. Well, so what we got here?
True, Dave Ramsey had an employee. He found out that he was cheating on his wife and he let him go with severance pay because if his wife couldn't trust him, Dave couldn't trust him either.
I
So I
think
think it's like,
Dave was outside his business.
but I think it depends on. I know a lot of businesses that a lot of like Fortune 500 companies that like if they are working with you and they are considering you their brand ambassador or you're working for their company, a lot of them have in their clauses where you sign to come on to the company, they have in there what is called moral clauses, which
Hmm.
means integrity and everything. And I'm sure with Dave Ramsey, he had that in his clause. So when that man cheated, Dave Ramsey felt like, yo, if I your wife can't trust you, I can't trust you because I'm making millions, I'm making buco's money over here. If you can't even be faithful to your wife, how do I know that you're not gonna go over there to my competitors and give them some information and like give them information of what I'm doing in my business to help him be successful?
But you know what? To me, that's like two different entities right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you are the employer and you are going to terminate somebody because of what they're doing in a personal home. You don't know when you around somebody, especially in the workplace, you don't know what they're doing at home. You don't know
That's
whether it's
true.
not that person, it could be the other spouse that's causing straight chaos in every
I'll give
part
you
of their
that.
life. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and I get the integrity thing. I mean, I get it because when you have integrity, it follows you everywhere you go. So I mean, I get that, but that was a little bit much. That was a little bit
Yeah, I agree
much.
with that too, because you don't know what the status is or the reasoning behind why they're cheating. Because it could be something
Yeah,
as far as a sex addiction, and you don't know. That's a whole nother, situation, that reason why people cheat.
and it's
But
exactly that. It's just like a drug addiction. It's an addiction. It's something. It's like a illness.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shanitra commented, she said, I believe Gabrielle Union should have left when her husband cheated and had that baby, but they are a brand as a couple, and her decision to stay a lot believe was motivated by the brand deals.
I agree with
I
that.
don't really know about this situation. Are you talking about Dwayne Wade or
Yep.
Yeah.
Which he
what?
did
I heard
cheat
they
on
were
her.
divorcing though, allegedly. They were
Yeah,
divorced.
Wait a minute.
allegedly.
So what? Okay, so I'm not up on my
I didn't know
period.
he cheated to the point where
I
he
didn't
had
know
a
that
baby.
either.
I
I
He
didn't
didn't
know that
did.
know.
either.
He
That's new
did.
too to me.
He like he was still playing for Miami, and Gabrielle and him was kind of going through the issues at the time, and he cheated. And I can't remember where the girl was from. Can't remember, but he cheated and had a baby by this other woman, and that's that.
Okay, see, and one of y'all said something about Beyonce.
Me.
Yeah,
Hmm.
somebody said something about Beyonce, and like she's. I think we. I think you might have been talking about the elevator incident that was
No, no,
last.
Yep.
no, no.
Oh,
I was saying that in regards to staying because of assets and what you obtain, I'm Beyonce, meaning I'm coming into the relationship with something.
oh,
Beyonce
got it,
came into the
got it.
relationship with Jay-Z a whole boss by herself. So it doesn't matter what we obtain together. I'm still a thing by
Good.
myself. So, I'm not going, stick around just because of that. But
Oh,
let's
okay.
reset really quickly. For everybody who might be joining us now, we are talking about how long are you going to make me wait? And that means on any aspect in the dating space, exclusivity, marriage, engagement, all the things. We are talking about that right now. And if you want to pull up, you can also pull up. We're going to repost the link, copy it somewhere because it's been a
Yeah, I
lot of
got you.
comments. We appreciate the comments and the love, you guys. Continue to shower us with this love because we are enjoying this conversation on tonight.
So, what
So
y'all
I got a
think? Do y'all
question.
think Sunday nights are the better night for us to do after show vibes? What y'all think, y'all? Let us know in the comments too.
All right, so I got a scenario for y'all.
Uh
Well,
oh.
it's yeah. It's gonna be general. So as it applies. So if you are in a relationship with someone that has been married before and they have fear of commitment.
Ooh.
Okay, you've been dealing with this person for years, and they
Mm,
have a fear of commitment. What do you do? What do you stay or where do you go?
they
Now
got a
you
fair
know. Now
commitment.
this person has not. Like we're all grown, we're adults. You pay attention to how a person moves,
Their
and
patterns.
yeah, that they have commitment issues. They're fearful of commitment. You know,
I'm gonna try.
because of their past, and they just have a really fear of commitment because of a failed marriage or a failed relationship. um what do you do? Do you stay? Do you go? How you handle that?
So you as the person has never been married, but the person you are interested in has been married. And now because of the divorce, they have a fear of commitment. Correct?
Yeah, well, let's
Okay.
do both. I mean, say you have been one person has been single and the other person has not been single. I mean, and this other person is just fearful. Y'all been rocking together, you two really like each other, but you can tell that this person has had issues in their past and they are afraid of committing to that relationship because of
It
their
all
past.
depends. To me, I feel like it all depends on where I am in my emotional state. Sometimes when we get in relationships, depending, a lot of people don't want to be in relationships for love. They want to be in relationships for business. They want to be in
Hmm.
relationship for companionship. They want to be in relationship for help, whatever it is. So it depends on what the sole purpose is in regards to wanting to be with this person. Now, me coming from an aspect of being divorced or whatever, getting into a relationship after that is kind of hard because when you're used to being with someone, and it doesn't even have to be married, I'm pretty sure you can attest to this tweet. When you've lived with someone and you've been with someone and you every single day, you're used to this person being your number one contact or go to. It's hard to come from that than to go, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite
Yeah.
food? Like it's like having a job that you've been at where you have 10 years or 20 years experience and then have to go back into the job field to figure out how much we getting paid now, like to find out all the new things and nuances. So it's an adjustment. But I think if you really like the person, take your time, get to know them. Because like you said, if you're planning for marriage, you have to get to know them because marriage ain't no cakewalk. It ain't no joke.
Hmm. Interesting. I like that. James.
For me, I am. I'm gonna rock it out. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to be the supportive person in that relationship and be like, yo, I understand what you've been through. I understand that. And now it's my job to show you that I'm not them.
Mm.
And as Ashley said, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my time and learn this person inside and out. I'm gonna take my time to make sure that I, in the words of Destiny Child, I'm gonna take my time and cater to them in every particular way. A lot of times we look at catering to your spouse as just sexually. When I'm taking the time out to get to know what excites you, that's catering to you. When I'm taking the time out to learn different things about you, that's catering to you. When I see a need for something and I take care of it, that is catering to you. I think as men, sometimes we have to learn that everything ain't about sex. And you can't
Say that
always
again for the people in the back.
Definitely, definitely.
do. Everything is not about sex.
Pew pew pew
You will
pew.
you
Pew,
will
pew,
get
pew.
you will
Boom.
get more bees with honey. You will attract more bees with honey than you ever will with anything else. You have
Trying
to
to tell you.
be, if you come to the table being your real, authentic self, coming there with no ulterior motives, coming there laying all your cards on the table, be like, yo, I've been through this, I've been through that, I've been through this, and I've been through that. But yo, trust and believe me, like, I'm never gonna cheat on you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna put you in any harm's way. I'm always gonna vibe for you and be down for you. And I'm just looking for a helpmate. But once again, fellas, as I said on the previous show, if we cannot tell a woman that we're looking for a helpmate and not give them nothing to help us with.
Okay, so my gangster's coming out. Okay, so this is the thing. Can you tell a woman or a person, I'm not going to cheat on you?
Hey,
Can you tell them
Anthony.
that?
Hey, Anthony.
Can you? Hey, I don't know who. Hey, Anthony. Oh, what's up? What's up? Anthony is in the house. What's up? So this, can you tell a person that? Can you tell a person in a relationship, I am not going to cheat on you? How can you tell them that? Like that's my biggest thing. Like I don't know who
I,
I'm gonna be.
I can tell a person that because I know my integrity. I can tell a
Yeah, but
person
you're a
that
man. You're
because,
visual.
but just because I'm visual does not mean and does not give me the right to go out here and cheat on this woman. What I can do is I can pray, Lord, give me the eyes to be able to only see my wife or to be only see this woman. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm Stevie Wonder and I'm blind over here. If there's a beautiful woman, I'm definitely going to admit that, yo, she is beautiful. But
Ooh.
every beautiful woman does not mean that I got to sleep with them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait. So let me
But
answer Danny. Let me answer Danny really quick because Danny had asked something a while ago. Okay, she said, "Okay, sis, Shira, coming in the situation like Beyonce does, that mean you didn't need any spousal support after you leave or believe in prenups?" Um,
mm,
well, I believe Beyonce should have came in and signed a prenup because she had money. But I was just talking about in like minimal terms, like as far as bringing something to the table. Now, if he cheated and he did everything to break the marriage up, you get everything you need to get because 9 times out of 10 you got kids or whatever the case may be. So get whatever you need to get, honey, and continue to get your bag. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying don't allow someone to do you any old kind of way because they provide a financial service. You rather stick around because of all the stuff that you obtain together. You can still obtain that by yourself. That's what I was saying. But Jasmine asked the question, is no sex a deal breaker?
For
Look at,
me,
explain that a little
look,
bit more. I mean,
look
I
at
don't know.
James' face.
okay, how far in the relationship are we? Like, what stage are we in? Because okay, let me put it like this. It depends on how much I am feeling this woman. If I'm coming into that relationship strictly for just sex, then yeah, it's a deal breaker. But if I'm looking at this woman as a potential mate and as a potential like, yo, this is somebody I can build a empire with, then yo, I'm gonna look at this woman and be like, okay, bet the no sex thing is not a big deal for me because what I'm doing is I'm looking at the fact of everything and learning her. I'm taking the time to learn the different kinks of her. That way, when it gets to that physical level, then I already know what she likes and what she doesn't like.
But I need you to be more specific because no sex can mean anything. Like no sex can
Mhm.
mean like going into a relationship and you saying, "Oh, I got 90 days," or "I'm abstinent until a celibate," whatever, whichever one, until marriage. You could say that, or you could have had sex during a relationship, and then after a while, it kind of like drifts and you stop having sex. So, which one specifically are you referring to? Because there's a lot of different avenues we can go in regards to the no sex topic. Danny said no sex after kids because that's a real thing. Child.
Mm.
And in
I'm
marriage. That's
confused on
another
that one.
thing. No sex
I'm
after kids.
confused.
Meaning if you're in a relationship, Danny, and you're with someone and you've had kids with them and y'all stop having
Mm.
sex, are you talking about that?
I think that's what she's
Yeah.
talking about, and that is a real thing because I can't speak from a woman's perspective, but I do know that a lot of times after y'all had kids, y'all are not feeling as sexy as y'all used to feel. A lot of the
Wait a
times,
minute. Wait a minute now.
I've heard women say that. I've heard
I
some women.
now
Maybe.
okay, so she said yes. She said yes. So I can agree with that one, James, because that was something that I struggle with. You don't feel attractive after you've had this little mutant shoot out your body, and now your body's all, disfigured, and you got milk coming out everywhere and all that stuff. That's in the beginning.
Yeah.
But as they get older, the sex stops because burnout is real, especially when you're the one doing 99.9% of all of the caretaking for this individual and still have to upkeep yourself, still have to go to work, still have to, do all the things. If you cook, if you clean, if you drive, if you help with businesses, if, whatever it is that you're doing, and still be there for your spouse, burnout is real. So if we don't have that help, of course you're not getting none. We tired.
But I think
That's where it
that
comes
for
in
me,
that men have to help out.
but sometimes you have to, I think sometimes as women, we kind of don't pay attention to the signs of who this person is beforehand. And then when it magnifies afterwards, we looking like, how could you treat me like this? I didn't have these children and I didn't did this and I didn't did that. But there's certain ways that they letting you know who they are in the dating period. Like if you see, and let's talk about even something as small as, and something I know that a lot of women are serious about is consistency. If this person is not consistent with who they are in the dating period, after you have children or you get married or date for a long period of time, and this person is like not consistent on being a parent, not consistent on doing the things that they did beforehand, all it does is magnify that this person, it wasn't a main priority for them.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
It just shows, and that's why sometimes we have to take the blinders off. We have to take emotion out of it and really look at the person that we're dealing with. Yes, they may be attractive. Yeah, they may do all the things that you like, but who are you to a core?
Yeah.
Pay attention to,
Core
the
values,
thing. Yeah, pay attention to the things that they're doing, even when it has nothing to do with you.
the
You know, for
fruit that they
example,
bear.
for
Mhm.
You're
example,
gonna know it's sweet by the
if
fruit
you're
that they bear.
yeah, let's give an example. Okay, you with somebody that your significant other and y'all in the street and it's somebody, panhandling. I'm from New York, so I've seen a lot of this. So, they're
Yes.
panhandling and they got a cup out there and they want some change. Now the person that you're with is like, I ain't giving them nothing, or I don't have no change, or they probably got a nice house on the hill somewhere. This you have to keep, these are the things that you pay attention to because this is how they think about things. Which means that if you're in a situation where you are doing something really big and you need their support, they may be looking at it like, well, they good, they doing this, they doing that, they doing the other, they good.
Yeah.
That
Or
shows you who their character is.
just like Ashley said, you have to take your time, because then that could be something too that they are just specifically
Again.
emotionally attracted towards. Like, they might have a heart for the homeless, right? So they're 9 times out of 10, they're more apt to giving to the homeless. But this old lady on the street, they cursing at. Or how
Right.
do they handle the person if y'all going out to eat? How do they talk to the waiter or the waitress?
How
If
do
Hmm.
you
they
are
handle
if
those that are
if you are
beneath
in a
them, low
super
key?
if you're in a supermarket, do they engage with the cashier? Do they talk, or do they view them as like the help? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or
these are the things that you got to look at.
like being with somebody that, you go into a restaurant and, you're not a waitress, but they are nitpicking on everything. Oh, this rice looks like it was not cooked 10 minutes ago, or I want this fresh. This is the character of that person. Which means to me, they have the ability to not empathize with somebody else and what they're feeling. It's all about
Mm-hmm.
how they feel, and I'm concerned with whether this person is taking care of 10 tables, or they didn't cook the food, all they did was actually bring it out to me, that somebody, these are the things that you pay attention to, because this is who you with, as
That's
what's
yeah. That's
comedian
why
said,
dating is.
who you with.
That's why Bernie Mac. That's why
Yeah.
dating is so important, because you need to take them in different spaces to see how they act. See how they act in church. See how they act in public when you have to dress up really fancy. See how they are at home and you just chilling. See how they are with your kids or with children, around children. If they tolerate them, or they really have a love for kids. You have to take them in different spaces, so you don't want to be out here with this person and you get embarrassed. You're gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got a question for y'all. So if you are with somebody, your significant other, and would you apply pressure to get married or be in a relationship if they're showing no concern for it? And we're talking about years down the line. We're not talking about no recent relationship. You've been with somebody for a long period of time, years. Do you apply pressure? Because, and the reason why I ask that is because as women, my thought is women love a marriage. I mean, excuse me, a wedding. Oftentimes women think of a wedding being in a committed relationship and somebody getting married just for the actual wedding. Okay. So what happens if this person has no regard or shows no interest in being in a marriage? What do you do? Do you apply pressure? Do you not? What do you do?
Mm. Okay. I think you guys can share that question, right?
She's asking both of us, James.
Man. For me, if I'm with a woman and she's showing me that she has no interest in getting married, then yo, I'm gonna have to take a step out of that relationship. I'm gonna have to step back from that relationship because I know for me, marriage is the ultimate goal. I'm
Your
not
inbox is about to
dating.
blow up.
I'm not dating just to be dating. I'm dating to marry because I understand that that a man. I'm gonna use it like this. I heard a good friend of mine say this, and it's very true. A lot of times men can do a lot of great things, but you are not gonna get that favor, that ultimate favor, until you meet the right woman that God has for you to meet. So, like, for instance, everything that I'm doing right now with ministry, with podcasting, with everything that I'm doing right now. Let's not lie, I'm doing great. It's going great. Everything is going well. But I know at the end of the day, when I meet that woman that God had or when I finally get married to that woman that God has planned for me to marry, my favor is going up about 20 times because of the simple fact of the favor that that woman brings to the relationship. Because scripture says when God made Eve, Adam looked at her and said, "This is good," and said, "This is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh." So she will already understand what is coming with me, the mantle that is on me, because she is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh.
Okay,
I like
Pastor.
that. Your inbox about to be on fleek, Pastor.
Stay out of our brother's inbox.
Go to his inbox and just let me know who's there.
Really? 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 Is that what we're doing tonight?
That's what you do to us. So, you know.
Wait,
Right,
I
right,
ain't said
right.
I ain't said that in a while because the ones that's been in y'all's inbox lately, I actually approve of. So I mean, I
So it's
digress. I
okay.
digress. I digress. I digress. Those are like my brothers. So I
Well,
digress.
you said until we are married or we have that conversation of exclusivity, we still free agents. Pew pew pew
So I
Hey,
think
pew.
Swoop.
did we miss a comment by Jasmine?
I don't think
She
so.
said, "Do you
No,
think?"
she's the one that said wait, what? What you say?
She said,
Right here.
"Yeah." She said, "Do you think intimacy is important in a relationship?"
Yeah, and intimacy don't
It
it just
is.
doesn't have anything to do with it. Like y'all really y'all
Taking
men
it
are really
there.
really lustful. Like y'all really lustful. Like intimacy has nothing to do. It could be a conversation. And let me tell you, back to your point when you said earlier, about just being the type of man that you are. Y'all want a thing, but y'all don't know the keys to getting that thing. So, say sex is
Mm.
important to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you know how to handle your woman, because every woman has a different code, sex won't even be a question. Baby,
Okay.
you get whatever you want,
Okay.
however you want, whenever you want. It's all about knowing how to handle her. Like everyone has a different love language. And a lot of the times we love people out of our love language. So if my
Very
love
true.
language is quality time, I want to always spend time with you. But your love language might be words of affirmation. So we got to come together. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to tell y'all, men, y'all, sex is a big thing for y'all.
Pass the collection
You
plate
better get
around
it.
for Shira Renee, please. Let's take up a collection for Sister Shira
Mm-hmm.
Renee.
Mm.
I'm trying to
I
Super.
tell
mean,
y'all,
I
trying to put
I
love
y'all on
mean,
that. That
game.
was awesome.
I
That
mean,
was so
what can I?
true. Like if you took enough time, if most men took enough time to get to know the woman and know what she likes, firstly, I think the main thing is to have that initial conversation about what we want. Because if
Mhm.
you're dating somebody or you meet somebody or you're seeing somebody that does not want a relationship and you do, you need to
Yeah.
keep that in your
Skedaddle.
mind. Yeah, keep that in your mind and act accordingly after that. But if two people are saying they're dating for marriage, then
Yeah.
okay, you need to be learning what she likes. She needs to be
Yeah.
learning what you like, and you guys need to be moving in that direction.
And you got to
And the
understand that it's
easiest
a
way,
sacrifice too.
yeah, and the easiest way to get to intimacy is to be that. Now this is the thing. Now some of us women are a little naive, and some of us are not. Make sure you know which one you're dealing with, because if you're
And then
dealing with somebody,
here's another tip for the men. Another way to get what you want. And we gon' y'all know what y'all want, but here's another way to get what you want. Show up looking a certain way. Do
yes,
not come in our space smelling like yesterday or last week. Get a haircut, put on some cologne, and baby, just
yeah,
give us a hug. Okay?
Let
Like
me
soon
let
as
me
you
go.
give us
yeah.
a hug and we smell
And
that
nowadays,
cologne hit our nose, it's like
yeah.
we'll turn into that girl from Coming to America, whatever it is that you like whatever it is. I'm trying to tell you, like
You're
you
stupid.
can't
Oh,
expect us to look like the goddesses of Zamunda. and you sitting here looking like the dude that sing it, She's Your Queen. Like you
She's
can't do
a
that. Like
queen
you
to
gotta
be,
you
to
gotta match the energy
be.
that you expect us to put out. Like come
Like
on, I'm
Yeah.
just
it
trying
comes
to help
down,
y'all.
it comes down to this right here, fellas. I'm about to help y'all out with this one. Okay, if you go into a job interview, you are going to make sure that when you go on that job interview, that you look your best. You're gonna have your best clothes on. You're gonna make sure that everything is looking your best because you understand that in first impression is always a lot of times it's the last impression. So the way that
Yeah,
they see you is how they're going to remember you.
right.
We ought to take first dates, we ought to take our same mentality. We ought to come with our best foot forward because the way that these women see us that first time, and fellas, stress and believe me, with having as many sisters as I have heard on a few occasions, and fellas, let me let y'all in on a secret. Do better. Do better because they tired of it. I think if I was gonna sum it up, I would sum it up like is on how long am I going to wait? It would simply be this. I think Luther Vandross said it best when he said, "Let me hold you tight, if only for one
That's
night.
my song. Oh my god, I love that song.
Yeah, but
Let me
we're okay.
keep you near."
We're neglecting the fact that he said only one night. We got to pay attention to everything.
Yes.
Mm, mm.
Come on,
It
Jay. See
He
you.
sounds
said
really
if.
good,
Real.
He
You
but
see
said he said, but
you
here's
could
the
have said
thing though.
always and forever. Like
yeah,
you
you could
could
have
have
said
But here's
anything.
the
said,
thing
you
that he
know,
said though.
like
Here's the thing that he said though.
Oh,
He said it would
sinking
be
you.
so
Woo, woo, woo,
nice.
woo.
He said it would be so nice if only, if you only gonna give me one night, I'll take it.
no,
Because
we
at
not
the end
taking
of
no
the
And
one
that's
day,
the
night. We not
problem.
taking nothing.
That is the
We not taking
problem.
no one night. We
Don't
deserve
try to clean it
forever.
up. Don't try to
Yeah, we
clean it up.
deserve forever.
He's someone,
Get
yeah,
it,
oh,
get it
okay,
out
okay,
of
okay.
I'll
here.
Well,
take that. So what, we supposed to
I,
just take that too?
no, 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 no.
So all the
I think
fellas that
what,
are secretly watching, your boy needs some help here.
That's
no,
why
I
we
think the
asked y'all
Y'all
best
need
for
way
to,
to,
another male co-host because
I think the
James,
best
let me
way to
tell you.
clean it up, I think the best way
because
to
we
clean
know it's
it
like
up would
tag
be,
team back again.
yeah, I think it's the best way to clean it up is where he said, I fell asleep late last night and I dreamed the night and almost half the day away. I just got up so that I could hear her say, she's still in love and no one can take her love away.
Yeah, let's post this one right here in the comments right here.
Oh, really? Really?
She
Shanitria
know,
says,
you
you
know.
sound like a
Really?
player from
Mhm.
the
No, no, no,
Himalayas.
no.
That's Bill
Never.
Bellamy from How to Be a Player. You sound real rehearsed over
Never,
there.
never, never,
Hmm
never, 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 never,
It's them church.
never,
It's them churchmen, y'all.
Be the
Hmm
worst.
forever. Look, look, look.
Be the
In
Don't
worst.
let
all
them fool you.
seriousness, in
Bad
all
advice.
seriousness, in all seriousness, though, y'all, if I
All the ladies coming for you, Jay.
if I had to clean it up, the best way I could clean it up is pay attention to what your woman wants. Pay attention to her. Treat her like she is your favorite sports team. Treat her like she is your favorite thing that you love the most. Because fellas, you already know. If it's our favorite sports team, we know every stat that LeBron has. We know how many points he has. We know how many blocks he has. We know how many wins the Lakers have done. The
Yeah.
woman in our life, the women in our life, we need to treat them the same way. Because
Uh-oh.
now that's why I am
Get him,
saying,
Shanitra. Get him.
that is
Hmm
why I am saying
She
though.
said so for the ones that's listening audio. She said, "Aren't you a pastor, a spiritual leader? I'm worth more than just one night."
But I'm
It's a
saying what I
title,
am saying.
Shanitria.
It's the title of the song. It's just the title of the song. And that
No,
was
I'm
the
saying,
wrong song.
But he had
it's
to
a
pick that
title.
lyric. He had to pick that lyric. So she getting on him
But
for that lyric.
yeah, and she said this is much better. So let me finish it up with what I was saying. Like as fellas, what we have to do is we have to treat our women as if they are our favorite sports team, if there's something that we absolutely love. because of the simple fact of if we love our women the way, if we love this woman the way that we say we do, like we're gonna study the things that makes them smile. We're gonna find them little bitty things to go that extra mile to make them smile, just to help them through the day. Like if I know that my woman is on podcast and I know that she does podcasts regularly, I'm jumping right on. I'm jumping right on the podcast that she's on, and I'm supporting her. And ladies, the same thing goes for you all. You
I
ought to
was just
support.
about to say that too for the ladies. I was gonna come in for the ladies and tell them too.
Yeah, you got to support them because I can honestly say there are, coming from a man, when we see the woman that we are really feeling and she's really supporting what we're doing, it makes us want to give her the world. Because at the end of the day, see someone else say, yo, I'm here for you, boo. It's not just a one-way street. I got your back just like you got mine. So it makes us want to do above and beyond for her.
So let
So
me
come
ask
on.
you a question, James, really quick to
Mhm.
touch on what you just said. Say you have two individuals who are trying to come together. Both of them have been hurt. One feels like, well, if he does this, then I can do this. He feels like if she does this, then I can do this. Who starts first?
The one that starts first is they both start first. And the way that they start first is by going into prayer to finding out, how can I make this relationship better? How can I get whole before going into a relationship? Because the biggest thing that works my everlasting nerves is when I hear people talking about this person is their better half. You ought to be whole before you get into a relationship. You ought to be a whole
Mm,
individual before you get into a relationship. Don't be coming up here
yep.
coming at me as no one fourth of an individual and then expect me to come over here and be the other half as you need. You ought to be whole and already on your grind on what you need to be on your grind on. I'm not saying that you
Come on.
already have to be there, but you are working towards it. Don't come
Mm-hmm.
to the table with nothing and expect me to just be a whole individual giving you everything that you need. No, mama didn't raise no food. I'm sorry.
Now we're going to
Mm-hmm.
pass the collection plate for Reverend James H. Glover III. Let's give him a
Mm-mm,
hand clap, everyone.
I totally agree with that.
mm-mm.
I
But
totally
yeah,
agree
like
with
so
that.
for the ladies, I mean, we have to understand that support is valid. It's necessary. It's vital. Support is vital. Words of affirmation are vital. Our
Mm.
men go into the world and they get boggled down by jobs and just society in general because they are black men. Well, if that's your preference, so we have to affirm them when they come back to our space, affirm them while they're out in the world, send them random text messages. I
Mm.
appreciate you. I support you. Not just love, because love, they use that up so much. But, we have to get to a place where we show them and we tell them that we appreciate them. We got to take the bonnets off, ladies. We got to, we gotta take the bonnets off. Sometimes we gotta shake it off.
Wait, 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 wait,
We can't
wait,
get
wait,
we can't
wait.
get comfortable. Stay
Sis,
comfortable.
sis, I need you to do one thing for me.
Uh-oh.
Can you say, can you say that one thing that you just said
What?
one
Take the
more
bonnets
time?
off?
Come on, say it one more time for the ones in the back.
We gotta take the bonnets off, ladies. We gotta take the bonnets off. And
Say ooh.
we just gotta do, do little things. There's a song. It's a song. I gotta figure out the name of the song. I'll put it in the chat later. But it's like do the things that he likes and stuff like that. We laugh at the lady that's on Coming to America when she said, I like whatever it is that you like, this, that, and the third. But we have to do that. Like James is
You got the organ
aggravated.
playing.
Come on, talk it, talk it.
No, but
Okay.
we do, like we do, because y'all are visual, and when men understand women and women understand men, I think we'll be in a better space. When we understand that y'all are visual and y'all need to see something, and when y'all understand that we are emotional and we like to feel something, we'll be better off as a
Mm.
unit. Until
I need
then,
you
I
to
don't know.
I need you to say one more thing for me. I need you to
Oh
go
my
back to one
god.
statement and say it again for me, please.
You are
The bonnet.
aggravating. We
Someone the
have to
bonnet.
take the bonnet off, ladies. We have to take the bonnet off. Put some lip gloss on, you know, match the bra and panties, like we gotta do better. We gotta do better because it's not looking
Thank
too
you,
good.
thank you,
The
thank you,
stuff
thank
I'm
you.
hearing. The stuff I'm hearing.
Woo. Mm,
But complacency is real. We got to do an episode about that. Complacency is
mm,
real. When you get
mm.
into a relationship, it's all grins and giggles in the beginning. You wearing your best stuff. Remember that episode of Different World where Whitley and Dwayne, they was married and Whitley got up like 4 in the morning. Did you see that episode? And she went and ran into the bathroom and she sprinkled water on her face and put lip gloss on and she took a bonnet off and then she just laid in the bed. And he said, "How you wake up looking so beautiful?" We always do that in the beginning. And then after like a year or two, you're going to catch this drool on this pillow. You're going to get this bonnet. You're going to get this raggedy moo moo. And it's going to be, that's gonna be it.
With me, you're gonna get
Like,
it sooner than later.
Look, and
Oh,
fellas, let me
you
give
need to
y'all some
know
advice.
every part
yo.
Let me give
early.
y'all some advice. Let me give y'all some advice real fast. Real
Yes,
fast.
you're gonna get it early
Let
in the
me give them
future.
I
let me
love
give y'all
it.
some
He
advice.
said, y'all going to get
Don't
it
ask
before, yeah.
don't ask Tweet to cook nothing for you, fellas. Don't ask her
Oh,
to cook nothing for you in the very beginning.
No,
She'll
it's
tell
not.
you when she's ready to cook. She'll tell you.
Yes, Shanitra, the moo. I'm trying to tell you, like,
yeah.
that's the best thing to fry chicken in, baby. Like, we listen, okay? You gonna get this moo.
So real quick, because I know we're not gonna be on much longer than that. So if you are dating somebody, do you push the issue of how far you go in a relationship based on their past? Do you judge a person based on their past relationships, who they were dealing with past? Like, say you dealing with somebody and you know who they were in a relationship with, or who they were married to, or who they were seeing, or whatever. Do you judge that person on that based on how far you want to go with them?
I don't, because every sinner has a past and every saint has a future. I'm not judging you off of your past. We writing a new book over here, boo. New book with new chapters. So we ignoring that former chapter and we're ignoring those former things. Those things are passed away. All things are becoming new. So let's come over here.
I didn't, and I should have.
Oh,
A leopard does not change its
changes
spots.
spots.
So in my case, um, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm going to pay attention to your behaviors. So you can kind of cover up the quote unquote change for a little bit, but it'll show up eventually if you keep being in those certain situations. So when you do activate in that manner, I'm going to pay attention and I'm going to move forward because 9 times out of 10, if it triggered you, you will react to it. That's in regards to like abuse, that's in regards to like anger issues, different things like that. Even commitment, taking a while. Some things can require conversation and other things require an alarm. And you got to know
Mhm.
which one is the difference.
So for me, yes, I'm gonna pay attention to who was in your past, because um I'm a person that there's certain things that I like to do, and it's just who I am. It will probably always be who I am. So if I'm dealing with someone that, and I know who they dealt with in the past, that does not take pride in certain things, to me that tells me that there could be a possible issue in the future. For example, if somebody I used to deal with, somebody I'm dealing with does dealt with a woman that she just not good get her hair done. I don't care what it is, she just does not do it. And I person that does, there's a potential issue because he's going to have a certain viewpoint of me because I'm not what he's used to, you know. And a lot of times when a person is dealing with somebody that they're not used to, they tend to look at it as a flaw rather than look into themselves and their own past. You know, they tend to be judgmental, of something that's new. It could be simply something that's new. They're judgmental of it. Whereas, I'm a person that believes in being authentic to who I am. So if I'm being authentic to who I am and your past is the total opposite, there's a potential issue that's going to arise. He's eventually going to say something, about the things that I do because it's just new to him. So yeah, I'm paying attention to the past, especially if you have children. How you deal with your children that were from a prior relationship, if any, is very important because those same traits they're going to come back. If we was to have children together, or if there's anything revolving any children, yeah, those traits aren't going to change.
Amen.
I agree. Yeah.
I agree with that 1000%. So, you all, we appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we are about to get out of here. We thank you all for coming in and supporting. We finally got the After Vibes Facebook
Yes.
page up and running to where we are
Yes.
going live on there. So go over there to After Show Vibes on Facebook, like it up, and we will be doing more little videos and stuff like that from there. So y'all stay tuned. We have some big things coming, and just get ready because y'all ain't seen nothing yet. All right, y'all.
It's the vibe.
We will see y'all next week. Peace.
Hey. Night, y'all.
Night, night.